Vanquish.
Everything went accordingly. The local government excos were voted for and anonymously adopted.
Shagam APC have been so peaceful over the years. As you know, the way we conduct ourselves, it's actually a top-notch.
Party stakeholders say the successful completion of the second phase of the APC local government executive elections further strengthens the party's grassroots structure and positions it strategically for future political engagements. The APC local government executive election is the second in the series of congresses of the party in the run-up to the 2027 general elections. Adefowora Adesanwo, OGTV News.
In its bid to prefer lasting solutions to environmental degradation, gully sites, and erosion wreaking havoc in the state, the Ogun State government has keyed into the European Investment Bank-assisted Nigeria Climate Adaptation, Erosion and Watershed Project with the engagement of professional state project management unit. In readiness for the implementation of the project, the Ogun New Map EIB therefore organized a 2-day training workshop for the project officers to help guide their delivery in line with international standards and global best practices. Speaking at the opening ceremony of the training, the State Commissioner for Environment, who doubles as Chairman, State Steering Committee for New Map EIB project, Dr. Ola Oresoya, disclosed that effective training of SPMUS is crucial in the overall success of the project and joining the team to effectively follow all the laid down procedures to deliver the needed product.
At the end of this project, where would I go and take my picture and say that yes, this is the product, this is what we did for all these months? Are we going to just say that, oh, we did everything, where is it? Nothing tangible. So, project management is all about the double P, the process and the product.
The theme, Protecting Our World, one initiative at a time, the new map approach. The Commissioner noted that environmental protection requires collective responsibility, strong institutional coordination, effective community engagement, strict adherence to standards and compliance with environmental and social safeguards. In her speech, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Environment, Dr. Kafayat Lawal, who was represented by the Director of Administration and Supplies, Mrs. Yetunde Olatubosun, enjoined officers not to be lackadaisical about the project's delivery, give their ultimate commitment to it, and make impact on the project. In their separate lectures, the resource persons, Mr. Denitokbe Balogun, Mrs. Bisola Kinsoya, Mr. Ridwan Adewale, and Mr. Sheyi Oduyibo, who spoke on appropriate ethics in workplace, monitoring and evaluation, safety and environmental impact, and office administration, communication and records keeping, respectively, enjoined officers on the new MAP EIB project to work with integrity, utmost professionalism, avoid compromising and uphold ethical standards. Earlier in his address, the State Project Coordinator, Engineer Ismail Adeniga, noted that the training was a strategic capacity building initiative aimed at strengthening understanding, deepening knowledge, improving coordination among stakeholders, and ensuring sustainability beyond the project cycle. Some of the participants at the training, Messrs. Temitokbe Alaye Ismail Adeyemi and Mrs. Modukwe Olunriade, unanimously disclosed that the project officers have learned to imbibe the best global practices in handling the project, encourage teamwork, and adhere strictly to the laid down processes so that the expected product, the Agbaigba marks its second coronation anniversary with a call for greater development and collaboration. Elizabeth Esau completes the report.
February 17, 2024 marks the coronation of Obakayode Joseph Ogungbo as the Agbaigba of Ijakaoke Kingdom in Yewa North Local Government Area of Ogun State. 2 years on, monarchs say his reign is characterized by visible development and renewed community engagement.
Compared to when we came for his installation as Agbaigba, the community is having some essential dividend of democracy, and the one that he equally facilitated from the World Bank. You will see the new poles and new cables on them.
Success begets success. There is no doubt that we are celebrating 2 years of grace today, 2 years of progress, 2 years of development of Idakaoke. If you are here today, you will have seen that people are rejoicing because they've seen the developments that are come on in Idakaoke within the last 2 years.
To commemorate the anniversary, the monarch confers chieftaincy titles on notable indigenes and friends of Idakaoke in recognition of their contributions to the growth of the kingdom and to encourage greater collaboration. Welcoming guests to the ceremony, chairman of the occasion, Honorable Olusegun Gbeleyi, calls for sustained unity, noting that unity remains the driving force behind meaningful development in any community.
We need to be united. We need to give cooperation to our king. We need to support him in moral, financial, in all ramifications, so that he can reign well, so that we can enjoy a peaceful reign from him.
The monarch reiterates that government remains a principal instrument of sustainable development. It calls on the federal, state, and local governments to provide essential infrastructure that will improve the standard of living of the people and enable them to contribute meaningfully to economic growth.
The road passing in front of my palace here to Ijaleke to is federal government road. The other road from Ijowu to Salaorile is state government road. I am pleading to the two of them to connect this road and make it a motorable road for us. Reducing the stress on this road will improve our economic status, will improve our life standard, and it will improve our quality of life.
Appreciating the honor bestowed on them, the newly installed chiefs pledged their loyalty and support to the monarch, promising to attract more developmental projects to Idakaoke.
Contribute to the development of Idakaoke. Kabiesi has a huge vision for the area, so I'm hoping to support in the best way that I can.
We are looking forward to a very, very, very strong relationship with Idakaoke Kingdom.
I will give support to the king, 100% support to the king.
We will work together to ensure that the educational pursuits of the children of this lovely kingdom is met.
In a celebratory mood, the Agbaigba of Idakaoke reaffirms his commitment to building a peaceful, prosperous, united, and economically vibrant kingdom where healthcare is accessible, education is strengthened, agriculture thrives, youth potential is harnessed, and infrastructure meets the needs of a growing population. Elizabeth Esson, OGTV News.
Nigeria's tax system has for years been described as fragmented, complex, and difficult to navigate, with multiple tax laws regulating income tax, capital gains tax, value-added tax, and stamp duties. In a decisive move to address these challenges, the federal government in June 2025 signed 4 major tax reform legislations into law aimed at simplifying administration, improving transparency, and boosting revenue generation. Elizabeth Esson reports.
Nigeria's major tax reforms took effect from the 1st of January 2026, introducing what government describes as a more progressive, simplified, and digitized framework. Key provisions include an annual income tax exemption of 800,000 naira for low-income earners, a reduction of corporate tax to 25%, and exemption for small businesses with annual turnover below 100 million naira. Together, the Nigeria Tax Act 2025, the Nigeria Tax Administration Act 2025, the Joint Revenue Board of Nigeria Act 2025, and the Nigeria Revenue Service Act 2025 established a unified and modern tax regime designed to streamline administration, close loopholes, and enhance accountability.
The whole objective of the tax reform is to reduce the burden on Nigerians. That is one. To be able to show up compliance across Nigeria, because as a country we are not used to compliance when it comes to tax matters. But the objective of this reform, as I said, is to ensure that every Nigerian is doing the right thing. We are paying our fair share of taxes from the income that we generate or earn here in Nigeria, whether it is locally generated or you earn it globally. Then thirdly, which is very important, is to be able to harmonize the number of taxes we have in the country.
An expert says effective monitoring and proper implementation remain critical to ensuring that the reforms translate into meaningful economic growth.
If this thing is well defined, yes, it will be beneficial. One, it will improve the government's revenue in the first instance. It will bring everybody under the law to be taxed. There will be a more feasible thing in the economy. The standard of living will improve, apart from the growth within the figure. So individual hospitals, everything will do better. When you go to the hospital, we see everything, if properly implemented.
Another expert identifies the consolidation of income tax and capital gains tax as one of the most significant changes. Under the new structure, businesses now factor asset sales into overall profit planning, as capital gains are no longer treated separately.
The main aim of the new tax law is to ensure that there's more disposable income, particularly in the hands of low-income earners. So the low-income earners should be thinking of what they are going to do with more money that they have, unlike in the past. And also for the tax regulators, for them to see that they are on top of the game, to prepare themselves with relevant sections of the law.
For individuals, capital gains are now accessed under personal income tax rates. Financial analysts say this development carries major implications for investors, entrepreneurs, and professionals who earn from asset disposals, making structured financial planning more important, particularly when seeking loans or making long-term investment decisions.
More money for the low-income earners, less money for government in that bracket. But when you even look at the income spread in Nigeria, you are talking of not up to 10% of Nigerians having the larger percentage of the revenue of this country in terms of individuals. So the key thing now is to really look at how can you get those people to pay appropriate taxes. So the little income that you are losing from the low-income earners, which you are not charging unlike in the past, by expanding the net, making the high network individuals that are earning more money pay appropriate taxes which they were not paying up to before, you even get much more than what it used to be.
The reforms consolidate more than 50 tax laws into a single code, with government expressing confidence that the new structure will expand the tax net, ease the burden on low-income earners and small businesses, as well as strengthening national revenue. Elizabeth Esson, OGTV News.
To the foreign scene, President Donald Trump has raised the global duty on imports into the United States to 15%, doubling down on his promise to maintain his aggressive tariff policy a day after the Supreme Court ruled much of it illegal. Trump said on his Truth Social platform that after a thorough review of Friday's extraordinarily anti-American decision by the court to rein in his tariff program, the administration was hiking the import levies to the fully allowed and legally tested 15% level. The new duty by law is only temporary, allowable for 150 days. According to a White House fact sheet, exemptions remain for sectors that are under separate probes, including pharma and goods entering the U.S. under the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement. And with that, we've come to the end of the news segment. It's now time for People and Events with Adibola Oshamoji to enjoy.
Let's get this party started, oh yeah. Let's get this party started, oh yeah. This tension don't be frustrated, oh yeah. Let's get this party started, oh yeah. Anything you want to know. let me know, make I let you know. Cause if you don't ask, you never know. And I don't want it to be like so. Now make I show you a thing or two among all the things that I fit to do. Let's get this party started, oh yeah. Let's get this party started, oh yeah. This station.
Glad to have you on this segment, People and Event, your favorite OMB program on Ogun State Television. I'll be right back after this break. Don't go away. Glad to have you back. Tradition continues to play a defining role in Nigeria's socio-economic development, serving as a bridge between heritage, enterprise, and community growth. It is against this backdrop that the Yalaje Onire Egba hosts the third edition of Aje Onire, a revered cultural celebration dedicated to prayers for prosperity, profitable trade, and a thriving business climate across Egba land. People and Events crew brings you the happenings.
Aje Onire, the embodiment of empowerment, trade, abundance, and prosperity. Aje stands as the ultimate symbol of wealth creation, while Onire reflects enduring success, financial security, and collective progress. It is in this spirit that dignitaries converge in Egba land to mark the 2026 Aje Onire celebration, offering prayers for prosperity in the new year and beyond, particularly for business owners, traders, and artisans across the region. In attendance are representatives of the Alake and paramount ruler of Egba land, the Oshile of Okeono Egba, and the Olowu of Owu, alongside other royal fathers and cultural leaders. Also present are the wife of a former governor of Ogun State at Moremi Ile Odudua, Mrs. Olufunsho Amosun, traditional chiefs, Isheshe adherents, community leaders, farmers, market executives, and traders drawn from Ake, Okeono, Owu, and Bagura. Colorful performances, traditional costumes, and symbolic rites took center stage as cultural troupes showcase the richness of Yoruba heritage through dance and chant.
People that forget about their culture or heritage, they are destined for extinction. So that's why we give salute and credit to the Yalaje Onire of Egba land for this initiative. If our youth participate in this sort of program, certainly they will learn a lot. They will know more about their culture.
Yóò ran àwọn ọ̀dọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ torí kò jẹ́ kí àṣà àti ìṣe kó parẹ́. Àṣà àti ìṣe ò parẹ́. Ẹni tó bá gbé ajé dání kò sẹ́ni tí ò lè ṣàjẹ́.
By the grace of God, next year is going to be more.
Other guests at the event described the festival as a vital platform for educating the younger generation on the depth, values, and identity of the Yoruba tradition. To them, Aje Onire reflects the organizers' unwavering commitment to cultural preservation and heritage awareness.
And many people among the Yalajas and the Alajes have been benefiting from such a thing, more to the growth of the economy of Egba land.
That from inception up till now, there had been increase in interest, and the effect is being felt.
The objective of the sponsor of this particular episode is to empower the indigents, the peasant farmers, and some less privileged members of our society.
I'm highly impressed and I commend your efforts, and I pray that God shall continue to uphold you and enable you to do more for those less advantaged people in the society.
Speaking at the event, the Commissioner for Culture and Tourism reviews that the state government is working towards adopting and strengthening the program.
The government is also in tune, in line with the program, because Aje Onire of Egbaland has come to stay.
As part of the empowerment drive, about 100 traders and farmers from the 4 Egba divisions receive 25,000 naira each, while awards of recognition are presented to the commissioner and other dignitaries for their support. Organizers describe the celebration as a sacred step towards entrenching cultural values and making every citizen a custodian of their heritage.
Our culture is so rich and so beautiful. Even the foreign land, they are taking lessons from us. I want to allow this to show that we have a beautiful culture, an awesome heritage.
This is creating awareness. So we are encouraging the youth to imbibe the culture, to know that Aje is not a spiritual or idolic. It is a symbol of wealth. So we are encouraging them.
With renewed commitment to cultural growth and economic empowerment, Aje Onire 2026 reinforces the resilience, unity, and rich traditions of Yoruba land.
His legacy lives in the minds of the young people he had impacted knowledge on. The founder of the Premier Grammar School, Lafenwa Abeokuta, Balogun Jonathan Durojaye Odebomi, as the searchlight on his works on the 67th Founders Day anniversary and 2026 National Congress of the All Students Association. OGTV's People on Event covered the occasion. Do enjoy it.
They are Balogun Ikagbagura, Chief Jonathan Odebumi students. After years of living the Premier Grammar School, Lafenwa Abeokuta, they are once again gathered to reflect on the past, address present issues confronting the alma mater, and project on the well-being of their members, the school, the staff, and the society at large. Enough of memories, fun, and frank talks on how to reposition the school and the association. Above all, Balogun of Ikagbagura Abeokuta, Chief Jonathan Odebumi, was celebrated elaborately for working so hard to turn their fortunes around. It's a massive plowing back to the Premier Grammar School, Lafenwa Abeokuta, but the Alumni Association. Every area requiring attention were adequately addressed by the various sects of the school, from the gates to the gatehouse, the principal's offices, and the classrooms. Indeed, the school has been given facelift and transformed. Elected national president of the Premier Grammar School All Students Association at the 67th Founders Day celebration said more projects are still underway while eulogizing the virtues of the founding father, Chief Jonathan Odebumi, foremost politician Balogun Ikagbagura, and a frontline educationist.
I appeal to you to rise to the occasion and join the collective effort towards advancing our shared vision. We really appreciate the donor of the ongoing 12 classroom block on our premises. We don't break the donor abundantly.
This Ogun State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Abayomi Arigbabo, who spoke through Mrs. Olubunmi Osho, Director of Public Schools, said government alone cannot shoulder the responsibilities on funding of public schools.
The state has embarked on the coordinated rehabilitation of over 1,000 public primary and secondary schools across the state. This intervention goes beyond aesthetics. It includes the provision of modern desks and chairs, improved water and sanitation facilities, and safer learning environments.
Professor Olufunke Vincent, a professor of artificial intelligence, Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, attributed the successes recorded in the Premier Grammar School, Lafenwa, Abeokuta, to clear vision and leading from the front rows, which made the school a flagship which must be sustained by its alumni. University Dawn called for the second look at the current school curriculum in line with the global village concept.
But here in Africa, we celebrate certificates more than what you know. And then there must be a shifting, okay, from the certificates you have and what you know.
A number of the alumni recognized for their exemplary contributions speak.
I'm still going to do more, because this is where everything about me started. The discipline, the accounting that I studied, this is where I started this, and I give glory to God.
This award, I will say that this makes me very happy, because it's just tells us that what we have been doing, I and my set, we call us the Vibrant Set, that the old Premier Grammar School Old Student Association recognizes our contributions.
Premier Grammar School, Abeokuta, established in 1959.
It was a double dose of celebration in the ancient city of Abeokuta as family, friends, and distinguished guests gathered to honor a woman of substance, Chief Mrs. Remi Adebiyi. The Redeemed Christian Church of God, Chapel of Resurrection, played host to the 60th birthday and retirement Thanksgiving. It wasn't just a milestone birthday, it was a grand salute to a fulfilled career and a lifetime of dedicated service. From the heartfelt prayers to the vibrant reception, OGTV's People and Events was there to capture every moment.
The atmosphere was one of thanksgiving and celebration as praise and worship, heartfelt prayers and inspiring exhortations filled the special church service. The gathering was held to appreciate God for longevity, sound health, and a fulfilling professional journey, marking both a milestone birthday and the graceful conclusion of an impactful career. The dual celebration symbolized 60 years of divine faithfulness and successful completion of a distinguished working life. Speaking during the service, church leaders emphasized the importance of gratitude at significant life transitions. They described Chief Mrs. Aderemi Adebiyi as a disciplined, dedicated, and God-fearing woman whose core values were evident both in a professional career and a Christian work.
It is when you appreciate God for what He has done that you need to give you other things. 60 years, and that's what is more.
In our remarks, Chief Mrs. Remi Adebiyi expressed deep appreciation to God for His unwavering faithfulness over the past 6 decades and for granting her the grace to retire successfully. She also thanked her family, colleagues, church members, and friends for their unwavering love and support throughout her years of service.
When you see me, you know that I am very, very happy to witness the day. It is what I've been looking forward to see. And I thank my God that it make it possible for me to witness today.
Family members, colleagues, and well-wishers took turns to celebrate the diamond celebrants, eulogizing their commitment, humility, and positive influence, while offering prayers for divine guidance, good health, and fulfillment in retirement.
So I'm so proud of her. With all difficulties, that she can overcome it. So I'm so happy for that she can witness today, that she's alive to witness this glorious day. I'm so happy.
She's a good mother, lover of people. She's very accommodating. When it comes to bringing people around, she's very, very accommodating. And she doesn't take nonsense. She is no nonsense woman.
She has been a very valiant and vibrant worker. She's a professional in this field, and we appreciate God in her life, and we are celebrating her, that she started from the humble beginning and she attained a very beautiful level before she retires.
The Thanksgiving service climaxed with the cutting of the cake. Group photographs, presentation of gifts, and the reception, bringing the joyful celebration of God's grace upon the life of Chief Mrs. Aderemi Adebi at 60 to a memorable close.
Congratulations to Remi Adebi on her retirement and 60th birthday. And now to a solemn story for the week. Makurmi in Ogun State came alive in solemn grandeur as the resident dignitaries, family members, and well-wishers gathered to honor the life and legacy of one of its most distinguished sons, Asiwaju Thomas Ajayi, laid to rest at the age of 83. The late community leader was celebrated with a blend of worship, tradition, and thanksgiving as church service, interment, and reception mark a befitting farewell in his hometown.
The usually calm community of Makurmi wears a new look of emotion and pageantry as people from all walks of life converge to pay final respects to Asiwaju Thomas Ajayi, a man remembered for strength of character, depth of wisdom, and a lifetime of selfless service. A sea of mourners, royalty, and dignitaries fill the ancient town of the late Asiwaju Thomas Tayo Ajayi, two-term chairman of Ogun Waterside local government, Asiwaju of Makurmi, teacher, banker, and holder of numerous political and traditional titles, is accorded a befitting burial worthy of a life well spent. The burial activities commence with a solemn yet uplifting church service where hymns resonate, prayers ascend, and spiritual exhortations flow in thanksgiving for a fulfilled and impactful journey. Clergymen charged the congregation to emulate the late Asiwaju's virtues of humility, faith, discipline, and unwavering dedication to humanity.
That is inevitable. It is a journey that we must all take when our time comes.
From the church, the remains of Asiwaju Thomas Ajayi are conveyed to his residence in Makurmi for a dignified interment ceremony. Traditional rulers, community leaders, and sympathizers observe moments of silence as prayers are offered for the peaceful repose of his soul. Emotion fills the air as his wife, children, and family members deliver heartfelt tributes, recounting fond memories of a devoted husband, loving father, mentor, and community leader whose counsel, generosity, and compassion touch countless lives.
He was my friend, my soulmate. We talked, we prayed, we shared dreams. We prayed together all the time. He was an embodiment of everything a man should be. Very caring, family lover.
I'm the firstborn, and he took me up and nurtured me in the way of the Lord. So even to today, I cannot forget his nurturing.
He was somebody that had a lot of charisma, carries people along. He was a kind-hearted person and a loving father.
Whenever I walked into a room, we felt his presence. He was able to command, his presence. He was able to, give people things that people didn't even expect that they had with confidence.
Reflecting on the life and legacy of the departed statesman, the Oshobia of Makurmi, Oba Kazim Adeshino Salami, speaks glowingly of the indelible impact Asiwaju Ajayi makes on the growth, unity, and development of the community.
A lot of development in Makurmi was built to Baba when he was there. I just want to say to the whole world that we lost a big, not fish, a big elephant in Makurmi.
The celebration of life later moves to the reception, where grief gently gives way to gratitude. Songs of praise, prayers, and warm interactions replace tears as dignitaries and associates take turns to speak, describing Asiwaju Thomas Ajayi as a man of integrity, peace, and uncommon wisdom.
He was an amiable and approachable man. He served his people wholeheartedly.
Because I knew him, he has always been a very big brother to us, even more like a father to us. He mentored us and he showed us so many good parts of life.
They commend his enduring contributions to the progress and unity of Makurmi, while encouraging the younger generation to uphold the values he represents.
A big loss, not only to the Makurmi people, but to the people of Ogun and Nigeria as a whole. And I pray that the Lord will receive his soul.
It was very nice, very accommodative. It brings everybody very close to him.
As the curtain falls on the burial rites, Makurmi bids farewell with comfort and thanksgiving, celebrating not the end of a life, but the triumph of a legacy of service, love, and honor that will continue to echo through the community and generations yet unborn.
And last but not least, on people and event, an atmosphere of solemn reflection and heartfelt prayers surrounds the Laderi Playground at Abeokuta as family, friends and colleagues gathered to observe the 8-day fidao for the late Semiu Shugbaike, a former staff member of Ogun State Television, OGTV. The prayer session drew a large turnout of family members, OGTV colleagues, media practitioners, Islamic clerics, and well-wishers, all united in seeking Allah's mercy and eternal rest for the departed soul.
Islamic clerics lead special prayers, offering heartfelt supplication for Allah's forgiveness and mercy upon the late Semiu Shugbaike, while also praying for strength, peace, and comfort for the bereaved family. Some former colleagues at OGTV, speaking during the prayer, described the late Shugbaike as a dedicated, humble and hardworking professional whose years of service contribute meaningfully to the growth and development of the station. Family representatives expressed deep appreciation to all those who came from far and near to identify with them, noting that the overwhelming show of love, support, and solidarity serves as a great source of encouragement in their time of grief.
Oríṣiríṣi ohun tóun máa tẹ́ máa fi mọ̀ pé ohun tóun bá lọ tẹ́ máa fi mìíràn òun kó máa ṣe lápàrá kó máa bá wọn ṣeré kó máa bá wọn ọmọ ṣeré gbogbo ohun èèyàn dẹ̀ ló fẹ́ tiẹ̀.
The great man is doing everything to make us happy. My father is a caring father. He's a devoted Muslim and he's a kind man. I will miss him very much, and the family will miss him.
He's a very kind person and very funny. They're very funny. Anytime he's around, everywhere will be very, very okay. Everybody will be good.
He's a very good man because he always took care of me. And anything that concerns me, he's always there for me, doing like a father and a mother. So the love I have for him from childhood brought me here today.
He was always jovial and a blessing to everyone who came his way.
It
was a rallying point for all.
The Fidel prayer ended with words of admonition, reminding everyone of the inevitability of death and the importance of living a purposeful life, marked by service, kindness, and impact.
May
the soul of the late Shogbaike rest in peace.
Yes, may the souls of the departed ones rest on. And that's all on People and Event. Many thanks for being there. Do join us next week for another interesting episode. Till then, bye for now.
Let's get this party started. Let's get this party started. This nation don't be frustrated.